Compared to other rehearsal processes that I've been through and everything, it was, and it still is, a lot more interesting and a lot more introspective, and I've never had to do so much character development and sort of unique rehearsal techniques. For example, yesterday we went to Bukit Brown Cemetery for a guided tour, and to get a certain feeling of atmosphere and researching the characters and things like that. I thought it was very interesting. You don't normally expect that as part of rehearsal, and it's been very, very helpful, I think, and it's really helped me understand the character a lot better as compared to bigger productions where you may not have so much time to do such introspection and everything, and in bigger theatre it's a lot about blocking and a lot about gestures and getting your cues right and getting your lines down. It's not so much with this. I think it's the informality of it, maybe, is beneficial. It makes the piece feel a lot more intimate. In such a setting, the audience and the performers, there's not so much of a distance, and the fourth wall I think is very thin. So I think we would definitely be playing a lot off the audience's reactions, and it would feel very homely, I'm guessing. For the pieces that I've done, mostly they were the comedy to very small audiences, so it wasn't something as serious as this piece. But I do feel like with this piece as it is now, and performing to a smaller audience as compared to a giant crowd, would enable us to really put ourselves out there. I mean, as actors, you would hope for some, to not feel quite so naked, quite so exposed, and I think that small, intimate little crowd would really... Quite okay. It's been a lot of fun. He's introduced me to a lot of very strange films and books, and that's been really quite cool. I watched a Japanese film about a blow-up doll that became real, and it was all in Japanese, so I had no idea what was going on, and you could only understand it through the actions and the plot and things like that. And that was a very unique experience at 2:30 in the morning when I watched it. It was it was quite cool. It was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm watching this. Why am I watching this? And it was fun, I guess, for lack of a better word. And of course the excursion to Bukit Brown Cemetery and getting stung by a few hundred mosquitoes. And I like our rehearsal process that Beng does. It's we will start talking about anything. It's like friends sitting around chit-chatting. And there was one time that Ethan and I were talking about some other matters, and it was quite serious, and we were actually building up this tension because we were coming from two very conflicting points of views. And Beng stopped us right there and then and said, okay, that tension, we need to keep that for this scene. So it was quite interesting in the fact that he brought it back to the piece. So it's like we were doing our own things and everything, but there was still a purpose to it. It wasn't just idle chatter.